Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got another building pricing cars I can't afford video. I know previously in this series I did build and price a 2021 Ford Bronco, and today we're actually going to be looking at the Bronco Sport. Now, me personally, I'm not super excited for this SUV. I'm more excited for the regular Bronco just because, I mean, if you just look at what the specs are for these two different Broncos, the Bronco Sport is going to be more like a kind of like family-friendly SUV, whereas the actual Bronco is going to be more, off-road, performance-driven. I believe both will be, fantastic family-friendly SUVs that we're going to see a ton of on the road in this, coming year once they actually reach the public. But me personally, I'm more excited for the actual Bronco just because I see more performance potential in the Bronco rather than the Bronco Sport. With that being said, guys, I know my Bronco building and pricing video got a decent amount of views, so I'm going to do one on the Bronco Sport. Let me know what you guys think of this Bronco Sport down in the comments below, for sure. And again, before we get into the video today, definitely be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And also leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed this video at all. So starting off, obviously we're on Ford.com under the Bronco Sport. So these are pretty much the same exact trim levels that are offered for the Bronco. I believe maybe the Bronco has one more trim. I could be wrong. But we're actually just going to go for the first edition. Now the first edition is obviously the top of the line, but it's actually only $38,000. That's the starting MSRP. Compared to the normal Bronco, I believe the normal Bronco first edition is close to $60,000. I think it's over $50,000, but yeah, it's definitely a lot more expensive. So that being said, guys, unfortunately there's only 4 exterior paint colors offered for this Bronco Sport. I did actually, the Bronco that I customized, I did do in the Cyber Orange. Personally, I think it's a fantastic color, and normally I would want to customize this truck in a different color, but honestly, like, the Cactus Gray is pretty boring to me. Maybe it looks better in person. The Rapid Red does look very nice. That is a Ford factory color that is also offered in the newer Mustangs. Looks fantastic. This Area 51, definitely, I don't know, I feel like that would look better in person, but for some reason on the computer it just doesn't look that good. So for that reason, I'm actually going to go for this Cyber Orange again. It's a $600 extra fee. Now this first edition actually only comes, or you can only get this one set of wheels with it. I'm sure the lower trims might have other wheels available, but again, for the first edition you only get these black painted aluminum wheels. And for the tires, it does come standard with 235s by 65s with 17 off-road tires. Not really ridiculous. It's not like, the tires that you get on like the Sasquatch package for the regular Bronco, but you can definitely probably take this thing on, some off-road trails, nothing too crazy. So me personally, I would add the engine block heater. Even though I don't live in Kodiak, Alaska, I still feel like that could be useful, and for $100, I mean, why not? Now moving on to the interior, you do have basically only one color available for the interior. It's this navy pure color. I'm assuming that it's very dark blue. You can't really tell with the computer screen, unfortunately, but yeah, it does look like a very dark blue color, almost black, which does look pretty cool. Now the seats, you can only get the leather trim seats. One thing that I actually did want to point out that just came to mind, so the regular Bronco is actually going to have a completely washable interior, and just looking at this Bronco Sport, I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case because I don't know, the interior just doesn't look waterproof. Now as far as interior options, you can get a cargo management system, which is pretty much just a plastic shelf or divider. You can use it as a table too. I mean, I don't know, for like over $100 for just a piece of plastic, I don't necessarily think that's worth it. So I'm not going to add that. The better sound system does come included with this first edition. Again, it is the top of the line. Now, as far as the powertrain is concerned, it does come with the 4-cylinder, 2-liter EcoBoost engine. I believe it's just a single turbo. I don't think it's a twin turbo. The V6s are twin turbos. But yeah, it just looks like a transverse mounted inline 4 turbo 4. Nothing super special. Does also have a 8-speed automatic transmission. Unfortunately, no manuals offered for this Bronco Sport. Now, as far as packages are concerned, you can actually get a Class 2 trailer tow package with blah blah. Okay, so that's actually included. I'm sorry, I didn't see that at first. But yes, this trailer tow package is actually included with the first edition, which is definitely useful. It's definitely something that I would select if I were to go with one of the lower trims. Now, as far as the accessories are concerned, you can actually, this is actually pretty interesting. I'm sure this is overpriced though, but this is pretty interesting. So you can get a tent that I would have to say, yeah, okay, so it does clip onto the actual Bronco, so it's made for it. I do find that really cool. So I'm actually going to add the tent as well as this awning. I just feel like, yeah, that's really neat. So basically, as you can see right here, this tent is designed to attach to the back of the Bronco Sport, and the awning basically straps, I guess, to the ski racks, and you can use it on the side, which I think is personally very useful. The tent is just under $400 and the awning is just over $300. So, I mean, I definitely think that it's a little bit overpriced. But honestly, like, I feel like that's definitely worth it, at least in my opinion. As far as other options for the exterior, you can add a bunch of different racks and carriers for the top of the vehicle. I'm personally not going to select any of these, but I do just want to show you guys all the different racks that are actually available with this Bronco Sport. I think that's actually really cool because they have, you know, bike racks for the rear of the vehicle. They have bike racks for the top. Canoe carriers, kayak carriers, a bunch of different things available, which I do think that's pretty unique. And I do think that it is cool that Ford offers like over 10 different racks that a customer could actually buy. So if someone's into, you know, kayaking or biking or whatever, they could pretty much get what would suit them best. So I do think that is very cool that Ford does include that in the purchase of this 2021 Bronco Sport. So that's pretty much it, guys. Moving on to the summary. I did select that cyber orange color, which I personally really like, but it did add $600 to the price. Engine block heater, another $100. Didn't add a crazy amount of stuff because a lot of stuff was already added for this first edition, but it did add the tent and the awning towards the end. So honestly, surprisingly, a lot cheaper than what I expected. Obviously the base MSRP was right over $38,000. All the different things that I've added on cost right under $1,400. The destination, like the shipping charges, basically $1,500. And the estimated total price is $40,500. Obviously that's before tax. I don't know what these available incentives is. I'm sure they're probably like running some sort of sale or something like that. And honestly, for a brand new truck slash SUV, whatever you want to call it, that's off-road capable, I do think that's honestly a pretty like competitive price. Again, it's the Bronco Sport. It just has the little baby 4-cylinder engine in it. It doesn't have a twin turbo V6. You're not going to be like going up like crazy inclines with this thing, but for a family-friendly SUV that can also be taken off and do a little bit more milder off-road driving, I honestly think that this SUV is definitely worth it. I mean, as far as reliability and other concerns, obviously we don't know yet. We don't know until you know they're at like 50,000 or 100,000 miles. But these Broncos, I've been saying it like time and time again on my channel. I've done multiple different videos on the Bronco as well as the Bronco Sport that are coming out. Me personally, if half the things that Ford is saying about these SUVs is true, they're going to be fantastic SUVs, and the regular Bronco is sure as hell going to be the top competitor to the Jeep Wrangler, maybe possibly even outsell it within the next year or the next couple years. Just because me personally, I feel like the normal Bronco definitely does fit that, you know, Jeep Wrangler market where Jeep hasn't really had any competition in literal decades. And now the Bronco is coming on. Yes, it's a little bit more pricier than the Jeep, but there is a lot of promise with the regular Bronco as well as this Bronco Sport. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, definitely be sure to leave a like down below. Like always, thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.